I think in a lot of ways it validated a lot of accomplishments that I was already really proud of in a way that I myself may not have. The reverence, the love, the joy that was in that room was really something to behold. And I think Justin Bell, when he was hosting, said it best. He says he hosts these things a lot, and he says he's never been in a room that was so quiet. And I think it's because everyone was, I think everyone who was there really not only respected the fellow inductees, but kind of what everybody's accomplished. I mean, we're talking about 6 decades of existence, accomplishment, and it's something to be celebrated.
I have to say, this is a real honor for me to be up here. I mean, I look up in these signs and I see my picture up there, and I kind of have to take a breath, because so many of these fellas who are in the room and the people who are here were the folks that I looked up to and inspired me.
To be in alongside a list that includes Parnelli Jones and Dan Gurney and guys that were not only my heroes, they were my dad's heroes. And then Tommy Kendall and Scott Pruitt and Willie T. Ribbs and Greg Pickett and guys who really, I think, kind of mentored me. They were guys I could look up to as a little boy. To go in alongside them was just an incredible honor for me. I look at those guys like they're on a pedestal, and I guess when we all go in at the same time, we're equals. So I'm trying to get over that a little bit.
One of the earliest races I can ever remember going to was a Trans Am race out at Lime Rock. And then fast forward high school years, Dad was racing sports cars, but we went out and we saw a Trans Am race one of his off weekends. And it just kind of planted a seed, and I said, there's something about those cars. I've got to get in those cars sometime. And I had a great run in the IMSA and the American Le Mans Series, and it worked out. John Claggett and David Pinterick were kind of figuring out who they could rope in, and I hadn't driven road racing cars in a couple of years, and I wasn't really sure, frankly, where my career was going to go. I was quite happy, as Justin said, trying some other things. And I got back in the cars, and I just was like, wow, this is amazing.
Well, what's amazing about Trans Am is it kind of gets in your blood. And I think one of the most profound things was you could have heard a pin drop in that room. The kind of reverence and the joy that these great champions hold in their heart. And these weren't one-trick ponies. I mean, these were guys across the sport. They succeeded wherever they went. And yet, their fondness for the series, it really occupies a warm part of everybody's heart. And I'd say the same for me. I mean, I've had probably some of the best years of my whole career racing in this series. And I think when I look back at it, I would feel the same way. And I still feel the same way as they do.
I'm just so grateful for it. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have done this at this point in my life, the point where my family can remember me going out and competing, and for the team to step forth into a new realm, very competitive cars, very competitive series, but most importantly, a series that has this kind of history. I mean, I've always been quite taken with the fact that this is one of the longest running racing series in the world.
This is kind of one of these games where, I'm still in it. I'm still playing in the game. It's not a retrospective, it's not in the mirror, and I think what's interesting is getting honored kind of along the way, but still being intensely involved, because that puts a marker on your head now, right? It's not that they just want to beat the champion, they want to beat the Hall of Famer too. So, I say come and get it.